Best to have it in the middle. I think the camera goes there. Yeah. Sheeta, let's go. Yamuna tira chari jaya kunja bihari jaya. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all to the today's Bhagavad Gita class. So we will Om Agyanam Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakeya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita today, third chapter, verse number 31. And this verse is like this third chapter is entitled Karma Yoga. Those who have Bhagavad Gita in their smartphones or maybe hard copy, they can take out this. Third chapter, verse number 31. Okay. Hare Krishna. So this is Krishna speaking. Ye me matam idam nityam anutishtanti manava shraddhavanto anusuyanto muchyante te api karma bhi. Word to word, ye, those who, me, my, matam, injunctions, idam, these, nityam as an eternal function, anutishtanti, execute regularly, manava, human beings, shraddhavanta, with faith and devotion, anusuyanta, without envy, muchyante, become free, they, all of them, api, even, karma bhi, from the bondage of the law of fruitive actions. So the translation goes as follows. Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunction, and those who follow these teachings faithfully, without envy, become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. Would you like to repeat? Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions and who follow these teachings faithfully, without envy, become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. This is a very beautiful purport and translation by Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada especially makes this contemporary for us, for 21st century people. We were discussing that day also with the devotees that people in this age don't want to be told, do this thing, don't do this thing. These do's and don'ts, are very difficult to follow at this age, 21st century, because everybody wants to have their own way. And especially nowadays, it's a fashion. I don't want to be advised. Please don't, please don't open your mouth and give advice to me because I don't need advice. I would follow whatever I want to do. I would do whatever I want to do. Usually, this is like the way we are molded and the way we are functioning in this age, and especially since we have forgotten Krishna and we have rebelled against his authority, so it's very natural to rebel against the other authorities also as a course of function. So here Krishna is saying, who follow these teachings faithfully, without envy. And it's indeed interesting that even Krishna, and even in Bhagavatam again and again says that one should not envy me or my representative. For example, Krishna in the 11th canto says, Acharya mam vijaniya, that never envy an acharya or never envy a spiritual master, never envy an empowered devotee. And don't consider him like a mortal. Don't consider him like an ordinary human being. And in that way, this envy is in us. We have a tendency to envy Krishna, to envy the empowered people, authorities, devotees. So, but Krishna is saying, don't envy, just follow faithfully. Even if you are not able to follow 100%, at least don't envy. Even if you're not able to follow 100%, that's not Krishna is not expecting. Krishna is, of course, would be happy if we follow 100%. But even if you are not able to follow 100%, at least have faith and don't envy. So the purport goes like this. The injunction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the essence of all Vedic wisdom, and therefore is eternally true without exception. So because it is coming from Krishna, who is Sat Chit Ananda, who is eternal, so these instructions are also eternal. Because Krishna, it's not like a constitution of India, or it's not like the constitution of some Great Britain or some other place or some law, which from time to time has its own amendments, or any law which has from time to time any own amendments, or the new law comes, or previous law had this deficiency, so now new law is there. It's not like that. Krishna's, when he is giving an essence of Vedic wisdom, so they are eternally true. Some details may vary. Some details may vary according to time, place, and circumstance, but the principle is eternal. As the Vedas are eternal, so this truth of Krishna consciousness is also eternal. And this also Krishna explains in the 4th chapter. That Krishna says that I gave these instructions to the Sun God millions of years before. So Arjuna asked that, Krishna, are you joking with me? You and me are like friends. You and me like cousins. How are you saying that you instructed this to Sun God millions of years ago? Then Krishna said that you and me had many births, but I have not forgotten them, but you have forgotten them. So this, whatever is coming even now in this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, through this International Society for Krishna Consciousness or Hare Krishna movement, it's not something new manufactured. It is eternal. And one should have, and this is eternal, so one should have firm faith in this injunction without envying the Lord. It's a natural for the conditioned soul who has rebelled after Krishna to, when he hears Bhagavad Gita or starts understanding about Krishna's opulences, then it's sometimes maybe natural to envy because he has been rebelling against the Lord. So when Krishna is saying, I am the Lord of all universe, so a rebellious living entity may think like that. Oh, why Krishna speaks so much? He is the Lord of all these worlds. From him everything is coming. He is the only enjoyer. He is the only proprietor. And through him, and then let's say somebody says, but something, I am also God. I am also something. Yes, I am the ability in the man. So whatever ability you think you are having to speak or to argue also, that ability is also coming from me. So an atheist's ability to even argue or even rebel, that is also coming from the Lord. Because atheist wants to forget the Lord, so Lord gives him the new and new arguments and new ability to rebel, to argue, to not agree, and to have his own plan. So it's natural when we see Krishna enjoying with the thousands of gopis, lakhs of gopis, and then thousands of queens. It's natural to have that for not for the healthy living entity, but for a sick living entity who is adept at enjoying this world. So they may say that why Krishna is speaking so much, why Krishna is only enjoying, why not me? So therefore, here Prabhupada is saying, without envying the Lord. There are many philosophers who write comments on Bhagavad Gita but have no faith in Krishna. So they will write commentaries on Bhagavad Gita and they would try to take something from Krishna, but they actually don't believe in, have no faith in Krishna. It is simply like that's like Duryodhan and Arjun both came to Krishna in the Mahabharata. What did Duryodhan wanted? Krishna's army. And what did Arjun wanted? Krishna. Krishna, you can come even without your army. Just come as a Partha Sarthi. Just come as a Sarthi, chariot driver. So similarly, there are many commentators who would write wonderful commentaries on Bhagavad Gita because they want to take something from Krishna, like Duryodhan wanted to take the army and not Krishna. Similarly, because it's a good business, you just quote Bhagavad Gita and then propose your theory. Then it has a more wider audience where your philosophy and theory can be published and gain acceptance from the people. So it's like using Krishna's energy, basically, trying to exploit Krishna's energy. They will never be liberated from the bondage of fruitive action. So these type of people who are just after exploiting Krishna or envying Krishna or defying Krishna, so they will never be liberated from the bondage of fruitive action, which is the subject of this chapter. But usually it says when in the language of communication that if you say a lot of things and then you say a but, that means that just now forget all those things and now I am saying this, but now hear this thing. So now Srila Prabhupada is saying, but an ordinary man, a simple ordinary man, with the firm faith in the eternal injunctions of Lord, an ordinary man, he can be any Tom, Dick and Harry, any ordinary man, with firm faith in the eternal injunction of the Lord. This firm faith, even though unable to execute such orders, become liberated from the bondage of the law of karma. So first thing is the person is ordinary. He may be ordinary, but he has a firm faith in the eternal injunction of the Lord. Now how does one acquire this firm faith? This firm faith comes when one associates with those who have the firm faith. Or when one hears from the mouth or reads the literatures left by those who have firm faith. Because this firm faith is contagious, just like any other disease is contagious. So when we see a personality who has firm faith, the way he acts, the way he moves, the way he speaks, the way he conducts his spiritual life, that firm faith becomes infectious. And sometimes it is even said, because bhakti, bhakti we can get only from bhakta. I mean, bhakti, even sometimes it is being said that even Krishna also is like not very much willing to give bhakti, but it is a department of bhakta. Like in the foremost bhakta is Srimati Radharani and her followers. So when bhakti means like we get from the bhakta, and the bhakta, when a simple devotee, when the devotees who have firm faith, they see and then they desire that this person, although he is ordinary, may he, Krishna, he get your shelter. So such simple prayer of a devotee, especially empowered devotees, makes this bhakti to descend in our life. Because bhakti descends in our life. It is not something to be achieved. It is like a descending process. So an ordinary person with firm faith in internal injunctions, then even though unable to execute such orders, he might not be able to execute such orders, but still he becomes liberated from the bondage of law of karma. And in fact, like in the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, there is a beginning of pure devotional service defined. That what is the beginning of pure devotional service? And it's a very interesting verse there, and very famous verse. Like there Krishna says that a devotee has awakened faith in hearing my narrations. A devotee has awakened faith in my message. He has some faith. He likes to hear my message. He agrees with the message. And he knows that this material world is place full of suffering and the bhakti is the only way of emancipation. He agrees with everything. But still, he is hopelessly addicted to the sinful activities and he is unable to give up sense gratification completely. So it's like he is agreeing with the message, he is hearing, he is doing everything, but he is unable to give up the sense gratification. So then what should one do? Then Krishna encourages that devotee. Still, he should go on with the process and never become too morose or too dejected to leave the process altogether. Or sometimes like, you see, they are like pendulums. There's a pendulum. One pendulum is sense gratification, another pendulum is okay, rejecting everything. So it's like accepting, rejecting. One pendulum is that one will enjoy, and then one is frustrated, then okay, I want to renounce everything. So it's like a bhog tyag pendulum. One side bhog, one side tyag. So Krishna is saying that one should, okay, he is hearing narrations, so but then he is enjoying. So natural next thing will come is, okay, he is frustrated with the enjoyment and now he wants to reject everything. So Krishna says like that still he should keep on following the process and not become too much morose and dejected. Because who can actually have devotion? One who is not too happy and one who is not too sad. I mean, one who is not too much happy people cannot, actually perform bhakti. Who are too happy and too satisfied. They don't have any problem. And those who are too sad, too dejected, too morose, they also cannot perform. So that's what Krishna says, that one should keep on doing, and one should have the firm faith that simply by practicing devotional service, all that is troublesome to the heart will be automatically destroyed. Bhakti is compared to a fire which burns away all the impurities of the heart. One need not attempt any other process of Gyan, Tyag, Yoga, etc. But this simple Bhakti Yoga is sufficient, especially hearing and chanting, to burn away all the impurities of the heart. And so even though one is unable to execute such orders, one becomes liberated. Srila Prabhupada once was giving instructions to his disciples that how one should preach to especially the young people. Then one of the instructions which was being said by Prabhupada was in the college preaching or to preach to the young people that don't present Krishna consciousness as a set of rules. Okay, so welcome to International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We have this rule number 1, that you should bow down like this. Then when you come forward, then rule number 2, you should bow down to the spiritual master like this. And bow down like this angle, this much angle. No, not this angle, that's this angle. And then you get up, then you bow down to the deities. So there are 1, 2, 3. Bow down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And bow down at this angle. And then we have this, we should honor prasadam with the right hand, never use left hand. And in that way, there are hundreds and hundreds of rules and regulations. So Srila Prabhupada once gave instruction to his disciples that one should not present Krishna consciousness, especially to the young boys and girls, as simply a set of rules. So, but these rules are also necessary. It is not that these rules are not necessary. These rules are the part of the Vaidhi Bhakti, which helps one to evoke the natural love for Krishna. But all these rules are like secondary to the basic principle of having uh, always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. So there are many, many rules, but the main rule, which is the king of all rules, is always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada was explaining that if we present International Society for Krishna Consciousness as International Society for Rules and Regulations, then, then this doesn't work. Recently, some devotee was asking that it sometimes seems that there are so many rules, so many rules, so many things that I just keep forgetting it like that. And maybe we should have it. Jai Shri Radha Gokulanand ki Jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai. Oh, you didn't bow down. This is the you should bow down. This is our rule. So just like we can. Yeah. So just kidding. So this is let's say we have all this internationality for rules and regulation. You didn't bow down, and then we just keep on like doing like this. And then we keep on observing. We have cameras set everywhere. Okay, who is following all these rules and like that. So the things don't work because bhakti is something which is very natural to the heart, and of course these rules are there, but these rules are just to awaken our love for Krishna. And in fact, in the Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami mentioned that one of the obstacles in bhakti is like following the rules without knowing why we are following. And second thing is, of course, neglecting all these rules also. But one thing is also following the rules without knowing why we are following. So the king of all do's and don'ts is always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. And to help us do all these things, these are the small things which are there. That okay, we should be respectful. That's why we offer obeisances. Why we knock the door before entering the temple hall? To show our respect toward Krishna. Why do we bow down like this? To show our respect to the spiritual master and deities. So in that way, all these rules are following the main rule. And the last line is especially, the second last line and the last line of purport are especially very much helpful for all of us who are in the process and who may be struggling, or because struggle is natural in this world. And then this says, in the beginning of Krishna consciousness, let us chant together. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, one may not fully discharge the injunctions of the Lord, but because one is not resentful of this principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. And that ends the purport. It's such a beautiful line. I like it. I read it a couple of times even before. Then, so this Air Prabhupada is like giving assurance that it's natural that in the beginning of Krishna consciousness one may not be able to fully discharge the injunction of the Supreme Lord. But because one is not resentful of this principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted. Surely, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. Just reflecting upon this, because for the lifetimes we have been enjoying, the jivas have been enjoying separate from Krishna. And then when it comes that Krishna is the only enjoyer, so naturally the lust, which is the eternal enemy of the jivas, which says that no, no, I want to enjoy. Why? How Krishna is the only enjoyer? No, I want to enjoy. So that lust is like, what do you say? It's like a becomes like okay. That lust. I mean, if it's not fulfilled, then naturally what comes after lust? Anger and resentment. So this enjoying propensity, when it is not, when it is being dovetailed in the service of Krishna, so then there are chances, there are struggles that there can some resentments may develop, because that lust is like, till the time that lust is not, I mean to say, in a naturally way dovetailed in the service of Krishna, then there might be some after effects like or the like side effects in the form of resentment. But here the Prabhupada is saying, one is not, because one is not resentful of this principle. And oftentimes in the resentment, one becomes like, okay, one like starting finding faults with the devotees or with the process or with the instructions, maybe saying that these instructions are not relevant, or maybe the devotees are like too much, I mean, and then maybe Krishna is too much. And then in that way, one just leaves the whole thing. So therefore is being said, but because one is not resentful of this principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, then another doubt comes, but if I am working and if I am not 100% successful, then what will happen? So therefore it is being said, without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, that just go forward. I mean, Krishna is the most active principle in this world and everywhere. So when Krishna is seeing our this small baby steps, won't you think Krishna will reciprocate? Even an ordinary father and mother reciprocate with the small baby steps of the small child who is trying to walk. So won't Krishna, who is the Supreme Father, who is everywhere, who is capable of protecting us on the path of devotion, won't he protect us? And Krishna is like, I mean, especially like when I was in the beginning years of Krishna consciousness, many devotees, being like India, in an Indian body, there were many challenges. Many friends and relatives used to say that this is simply like an organized religion, and they are making use of you. Then what is this? And they will use you, exploit you, and then leave you. And somebody else may say like, why you are gambling your youth. This time will not come. This is the time to enjoy, and you are like trying to, I mean, become devotee. This is not the right age to do. You should do it at the old age, and like that. So many things I would hear. And at the end, like it, so there were of course there were challenges also. Let's say, I mean, in the organization in which you are practicing Krishna consciousness, that organization proves to be defunct. I mean, it's not bona fide. Then what? But you have like invested all of that in that. So then I gave different answers, but eventually while praying, I got one answer from within, that we are not impersonalists who think that Krishna doesn't have a form. We are personists. We know that Krishna has a form, and Krishna can see, Krishna can hear, Krishna can know everything, whatever is happening with me. So Krishna is not blind, deaf, dumb like that. So if somebody is trying to surrender to Krishna, then won't Krishna reciprocate? In fact, there's a very beautiful story someone sent a few days before, that once like this story comes in some of the like scriptures, that once Radha and Krishna were going, and there was some flowers, there was one flower especially who was feeling that I am not being engaged in Krishna service, so what is my use? So then that flower then fell off the branch, trying to leave his body or commit suicide in a sense, like, because I am not being engaged in Krishna service, so what is the use? That flower was feeling. And immediately Srimati Radharani got to know that this flower is having this feeling, and she told to Krishna. And then Krishna immediately picked up that flower and placed it in his crown. So this is some story of Vrindavan which is being told by in some scripture. So same way like Krishna reciprocates with our deepest feelings and like our intentions. And just to have faith in that, and it's not like something theoretical, it's a part, it's also like experience. When one practices the devotional service, it's being said, Pratyaksh avagam dharmyam susukhum kartam avayam. That this process is Pratyaksh avagam. It's being said that a man convinced by his own conviction is 1,000 times better than the man convinced by the other's conviction. So therefore, when one practices Krishna consciousness, then one naturally becomes convinced by his own conviction, rather than like somebody else's conviction. So, and these small rules and regulations, whatever are there, or the injunction of the Lord, are to bring us to that point, so that we become convinced by our own conviction. And it's like a experiential, like it's like an experience. Bhakti is like experience. I mean, it's not something like theoretical. Therefore, we see that thousands of devotees give classes on the same verse, and everybody has his own realization. Because everybody has his own journey. And like that. The same Hare Krishna Mahamantra reciprocates with everybody individually. In fact, I just heard something spoken by Radhanath Swami. Krishna can individually, just like how many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all individually. Krishna can individually and then infinitely. With each one of us infinitely. And intimately reciprocate with each and every one of us. Individually, infinitely, intimately. Just like we see on the arena of Rasa dance. Rasa dance was going on. And Krishna was dancing with each and every gopi. Individually, intimately, and infinitely. Everybody was feeling, Krishna is with me, Krishna is mine, Krishna is with me. And then infinitely and intimately. So same way Krishna, holy name, can reciprocate with us in that way. And without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, that is the one of the symptoms of the surrender also. Rakshati iti vishwaso. That when I have taken to this process, then having the faith that Krishna will definitely protect me on the path of devotion. That Krishna will definitely protect me. And another one is taking oneself as the Lord's servant. That I am the servant of the Lord. Having this firm belief that I am the servant of the Lord. So, then that I am being maintained by the Lord. Can you please bolt the door when you go, Hare Krishna? Yeah. That I will be Gopyatratva Varnam Tatha. That Krishna will definitely maintain me. So I am being protected by Krishna, and Krishna will definitely maintain me. So this is the symptom of surrender. So we will speak this line once again, and then maybe we will open for the question, answers, or comments. In the beginning of, let's say it again. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, one may not fully discharge the injunction of the Lord, but because one is not resentful of this principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. And in fact, this reminds me of one of the integrating principles. Whenever we study the scriptures, or whenever we read and study the scriptures, or whenever we teach the scriptures, so there is one principle which is being said as academic integrity. Academic integrity means to have integrity with the scripture. That means, like, Even if one is not able to fully follow the something or some principle, but at least believing it like that the scriptures is saying true. Scripture is saying true, scriptures are eternal, and having integrity with that. Because tendency is that one is not able to follow, then one adopts the substandards or second standard, third standard, and fourth standard, and that substandard becomes the normal. It becomes the new standard. Substandard becomes the normal thing. For example, if somebody is not able to surrender, then its tendency is that if one is not able to surrender because of something, let's take it very basic. In the serious devotees are supposed to follow 4 regulative principles in their life: no illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication and gambling. Those who are aspiring for initiation, those who want to go deeper into the path of Krishna consciousness. So these are the 4 regulative principles which are mentioned. Now let's say someone is having struggle with one of the regulative principle, and then one is not able to follow, but he or she is still struggling, and then at some time, not being able to follow, one becomes like, okay, it cannot be followed, or maybe we should have only 3 regulative principles. So this is what Krishna is saying, that even if you are not able to fully follow, but don't envy it, or don't try to have or resentment towards it. Or let's say I propose that there should be 3 regulative principles, and then I fight with everybody. No, there should be 3 regulative principles, and then I become angry and resentful about it. So this is what Lord is saying, that even if you are unable to follow, just have faith in the injunction, in these eternal principles, and then keep on following without consideration of defeat and hopelessness. And then when one works with sincerity, then definitely with time and mercy, one will be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. But instead, if one adopts the route of, okay, it cannot be done, like one accepts the defeat. It says not without consideration of defeat and hopelessness. So example of defeat can be, oh, it cannot be done, it is impractical. Or what can be the example of hopelessness? That I can never follow. I will never be able to follow. Having this self-fulfilling prophecy, what do you say, self-defeating prophecy. I will never be able to follow. Maybe I am addicted to this thing. I will never be able to follow. So the one is defeat, accepting defeat altogether. One is being hopelessness, or becoming morose, or leaving it altogether. Another thing can be the envy. Those who are able to follow, and then envying those. And then last one can be resentment. So in that way, keeping all these things aside, if one is sincere, and then if one works without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, and one is having full faith in this, then definitely one will be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. And thereby having the academic integrity that scripture is true. The injunction to follow principles is true. There is nothing wrong with that. It's something, and even I am also eternal servant of Krishna, that is also true. So in that way, we are able to detach ourselves from this heavy mental energy that which takes us towards this defeat, hopelessness, and like that. So accepting ourselves as an eternal servant, accepting this principle as a true, and having faith that we will achieve the perfection that we will definitely achieve by the mercy of the scriptures and acharyas. We will definitely be successful. Having this faith that Krishna will definitely protect us on this path, Krishna will definitely maintain us, and thereby detaching ourselves from the mental energy in the form of discouragement and like that. So one will definitely surely be promoted to the stage of pure Krishna consciousness. So in this way, Krishna is encouraging Arjun, especially sometimes when we read these instructions on the Bhagavad Gita, it seems like a military military signs. For instance, in the last verse which was being discussed yesterday, Krishna was saying, therefore, O Arjun, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claim in proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. So then, Prabhupada is writing, Arjun is Krishna, Lord instructs Arjun in such a way as if this is a military discipline. As if this is a military discipline. And then that free from lethargy of profit, free from the lethargy, without desires for profit, fight. As if Krishna is saying Arjun to fight is a military discipline. So, but here, like in this verse, like Krishna is also encouraging Arjun that even if you're not able to fully do this, follow these instructions, but if you have faith, then you will achieve perfection. So this verse gives more compassion from the Krishna's side. Like you do this, but even if you're unable to do, and if you are having faith and like that, you will achieve perfection. If you keep on going with the sincerity. Thank you very much. Any question, reflection? Yeah, Hare Krishna.
You're saying that bhakti is not something to be achieved, but what do you mean by that? That bhakti is not something to be achieved.
Yeah, I said bhakti is not something to be achieved, it is received. In the sense, like actually bhakti begins when we are liberated from this body. So when I am saying bhakti is received, I am saying that basically the faith, the pure faith in the sense, which is the root of the pure bhakti, that is descends. That is, and it's a descending process. So we practice all this like things just to attract attention of the Lord. And through this practice of this daily, our like whatever like we do, we chant, we read, we hear, we associate with devotees, we offer our works to Krishna, we offer the results of our work to Krishna, we offer bhoga to Krishna, we take prasad, we offer donation to temple or some spiritual activities, even if we are taking care of our children with the intention of making them devotees, we are taking care of family with that intention of making devotees. All these activities which we are doing, this is just to attract the attention of the Lord, and in that way, with the association of devotees, this pure faith and like the ability to perform devotional service descends. Then we are able to chant offenselessly. Then we are able to chant offenselessly the holy name. Then we are able to chant purely holy name. Then we are actually able to hear and read scriptures. Then we are actually able to reawaken our dormant love for Krishna. So this whole process is being compared to like the shower of nectar. So there is like a shower of nectar. When we do follow these things, then there is a shower of nectar. When the Lord becomes pleased, when the Bhakti Devi, Bhakti is of course many times personified as a Devi also, as a goddess. Then this goddess of devotion smiles, and then there's a showers of nectars, which just like makes everything sweet. Then it's no longer that struggle. In the beginning, it may be so much struggle, like to engage mind in chanting. But when you are sometimes in the devotee association, and especially when there are advanced devotees around, then we see sometimes chanting becomes so smooth, and we wonder, I'm able to chant so smoothly. I'm able to remember Lord so smoothly. I mean, for all these times and all these years, I have been remembering the Bollywood and Hollywood songs and all these film actresses in my dreams. But last night I had a dream of Radha Gokulananda. So then this is like a shower of nectar of the like devotion and like that. So then it becomes more like a natural. So it's like in actuality, these things are received. This is a receiving process. The whole process is receiving. We cannot achieve Krishna. We cannot achieve Krishna through our tapasya, through our gyan, through our whatever, through our knowledge, through our academics like that. But all these things are just to attract attention of Krishna and thereby please a pure devotee who then showers like these blessings upon us. We can take more questions, but we have only 1 minute left. If anybody has any more question or reflection, then they can talk personally. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita ki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now we will be having the Gaur Aarti. In few seconds the conch will blow, so we can assemble here and like.
Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. Okay, we're going to sing the Gaur Aarti, which is up here. You can sing, you can follow. And please, all of you can follow. Jiva Jayo, Jayo Gaura Chande, Arati ko shobha, Jayo Gaura Chande, Arati ko shobha, Jiva Jayo, Jayo Gaura Chande, Arati ko shobha, Jayo, Jayo Gaura Janavitavani Gaurachan Ratna Simhasani Dasi Bhakta Chakradhara Vashi Achay Gaurachan Ratna Simhasani Gaurachan जया मुकुन्द वासु घोषधि गाया शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला संगा माधुराम रे गंगा बाजे परमारसाला माधुराम रे गंगा बाजे परमारसाला शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Can you all please bow down? We are going to say the Premadvani. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Vajakacharya Stota Sachmar Bhakti Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Vajakacharya Stota Sachmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj ki. ISKCON Family Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. प्रेम से कहो कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की चिन्मयापुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की अयोध्यापुरी धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की श्री बृहत मृदंगा की ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुद्धिस्ट मिशन की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ग्रंथ राजमद भागवतम की अनंत कोटि वैष्णवृंद की श्याम भक्त वेद वृंद की ISKCON वर्तमान गुरु वृंद की गौ माता की गौरा प्रेमानंदी all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to Gurus and Gauranga, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
If everyone would like to take a seat, we're just going to sing a short prayer to Lord Nishingadev now. Namaste,
All sang so beautifully and drunk.
Yeah, that was very good.
It wasn't me actually, it was
No,
it was the little boys.
all of it.
No, you were very good.
You sounded so
Oh,
sweet.
that's on. That's on.
Sing. You want to sing? Good. Yeah, you look. Who's playing with them?
You.
I wanted to sing.
Sing, jump. That's when it comes until everyone comes.
Go, you want to play or should I?
I might sing for a bit. I might sing.
Yeah.
1 second, do you?
Why don't you play it?
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna sing. Just play here. Also with it. Hey, Auntie Subhadra, how are you? Long time. I'm gonna sing too. Will you come and join me? Just gonna do it for a little bit, yeah.
Plate. Extra hands anyway.
Can you make us a play?
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Shri Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokula Nanda, Radha Gokula Nanda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Gauranitai. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Shri Radhe. Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Sitaram, Lakshman Hanuman, Sitaram, Lakshman Hanuman. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much everyone for coming. It's beautiful seeing another really nice turnout for Wednesday night kirtans. And it reminds me of when we were doing it on Friday nights, 7 years ago, and so many would come together. So it's so wonderful having us all together again. So appreciative of you all coming. And yeah, I wanted to just read a little something. For those who come every week, it's going to be the same thing. I read every week, but I want to read the whole thing this time because we haven't managed to finish all 8 verses. So I'm going to start again at number 1 and we're going to make it to number 8 by the end of the evening. We'll do it in 2 chunks of 4 because it's super, super sweet. We'll read from Sri Krishna Namastika. And then I wanted to share a melody with you. You all know it. But when I started becoming a little interested in doing kirtan, I actually really had beyond zero musical talent. Nothing was there. And I really had no interest in kirtan or, participating in it at all. And then in 2010, Ayendra Prabhu, he passed. And I'd never even heard of Ayendra Prabhu. I didn't even know who he was or what was happening in Vrindavan, had no idea. And we're driving down, just past Garanga's house, under the bridge, towards the manor. And my mum turns to me, she says, "Hey Kavi, did you know Ayendra? He's passed." I said, "Who's Ayendra?" "I don't know." And she said, "Let me play you a kirtan of his, so you can hear it." And it was Ayendra, Vrindavan Mellows 3.3. And I was listening to it, I was like, okay, nice. It's like going along. It's very different from anything I'd heard. And then at the breakdown, I was like, my God, this like eruption of like bhakti, and it was just really got me hooked on the whole process of doing kirtan. And since then, I've wanted to try and go deeper with it and spend a little time in Vrindavan. But that was really the thing that made me so inspired. And then having a facility like this to be able to do kirtan with all of you has kept me so deeply inspired. I don't know where the hell I'd be otherwise. So I'm really so grateful for evenings like this to be able to do it with you. And I want to share that melody again because it's the thing that really sparked it, at least for me, to want to keep on going. So yeah, I'll sing a little something tonight. And but first of all, for four verses, Shri Krishna Namastika. We have to do it because it's been like 6 weeks and we've never made it to the end. So, Shri Krishna Namastika. The prayers for Srila Rupa Goswami, from Srila Rupa Goswami, glorifies Sri Harinam Prabhu, the most merciful personality of the holy name, who is descended into the material world in order to rescue and enliven all the living entities. Rupa Goswami starts by prostrating himself unto the lotus feet of Sri Harinam. He declares that since the holy name is worshipped even by the Vedas in person, it is appropriate to take full shelter of him. So here's verse 1. O Sri Harinam, the entire galaxy of Upanishads, which are like necklaces of most precious gems, are serving the toenails of your lotus feet with their brilliance. In such a way, the Vedic scriptures are constantly glorifying your lotus feet. Great yogis, sages, and liberated transcendentalists are engaging in worshipping you. Therefore, I fully surrender unto you and humbly pray for your shelter. Verse number 2. O Sri Harinam, who is chanted by all sages, for the pleasure of the living entities, you have assumed this form of the supreme transcendental syllables. If a person chants your name even once and derisively too, even then you completely destroy the monstrous mountain of his sinful activities. Therefore, O holy name, all glories unto you. This verse I loved so much because I feel like so many times I've done it derisively, just spaced down and unfocused, but still saying monstrous mountain of simple reactions still can go, you completely destroy that monstrous mountain. Verse number 3, O illuminating son of Krishna's name, if any person by his chanting can even obtain a mere shadow of your splendor, then you dissipate the gloom of nescience that drags him into the darkness of the material world. You reward even the blind fools who are bereft of any spiritual knowledge with the vision that enables them to take up devotional service. Therefore, O Sri Harinam, who in this world is able to properly describe your glories? And verse number 4. The Vedas say, a person may obtain the direct perception of the Brahman effulgence by steadfast, sincere, and long-lasting continuous meditation. However, he will not be able to completely eradicate the results of his prarabdha karma, the reactions of his fruitive activities which have already begun to fructify. They have to be experienced by material enjoyment or suffering. Yet as soon as a small particle of your merciful glare starts to reveal its effect, the entire constellation of prarabdha karma is annihilated. Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki. And so we'll finish the other 4 verses later on. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschachade Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Om Gyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधे राधे जय जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधे राधे जय राधा श्यामा सुंदर राधे राधे जय जय राधा श्यामा सुंदर राधे राधे जय प्रभु परा जय प्रभु परा शिला प्रभु परा निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि श्री राधा गोकुलानंद की, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, श्री गौनिताय की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, श्रील प्रभुपाद की।
We're gonna get a hurry today.
We'll get her.
Wow, we're gonna get a hurry
Just a second. Is it?
All in.
Holding. And then, yeah. And there's just one thing funny here. Take it back to the middle. I've moved it to the middle.
Probably a flower petal.
Shishi Radha Gokulananda ki jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Shri Lakshmi Simare Bhagavan ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jayanta Gaur Premanandi.
So, Hare Krishna, thank you so much everyone for coming for our Wednesday night kirtan. For those who don't know, we do this kirtan every single week, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. So if you're not doing anything on a Wednesday, don't lie to me. I know you're not doing anything. No more lies, Vaishnavas. Come to the temple, please. We'll feed you nicely. Come at 6:30, we'll feed you. And then at 7:30 we'll do kirtan together. And I promise you next week, we shall finish the final 4 verses, 100%. So if nothing else, come for the final 4 verses. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhu vayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki.